That's why you get.
Recording comments.
Oh, who said that? I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't hear.
I know, I don't know.
You're fine.
Okay,
We
so,
haven't started the meeting. Yet, so
Okay,
we
so-
started the recording before we did. But we were at,
so we make sure.
we're at 7:01, so.
This is a new tripod, it's been.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. That's what was starting traffic.
Are we ready for the secretary? We have the recording on? Easy to. Okay.
I'm calling order the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Warrenville Public Library District for Wednesday, August 20th, 2025 at 7:02 p.m. So, we're gonna do a roll call. So, trustee Lazan,
Here.
trustee Pika,
Present.
trustee Warren,
Present.
and trustee Schmidt here. And also present is trustee Stull, as well as executive director, Jason Stallman, executive assistant to the director, Jackie Davis. And then, as well as other staff members. So then the first thing I need is, a motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
Okay, it was made by, trustee Warren, seconded by trustee Lazan. Okay, and then any discussion, is there anything that needs to be removed or added or moved? Okay, so then I'm gonna do a voice vote. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so, motion passes and the agenda is approved. And then, so any presentations?
Not tonight.
None? Okay, and any public comments? Okay, we'll put none as well, but now we have correspondence. So first is the legal memo from Attorney Ritzman regarding opioids. On page 3.
Yep, so it's just, I had mentioned it previously, I believe the bill passed, so now we have until January 1st. To make sure that we have. Narcan equivalent, on the premises and have somebody trained. So we're working on that, I'm meeting a couple of the folks from the safety committee are signed up to do a train the trainer. Webinar on for using Narcan. So once we've got that under our belt, then we're kind of getting it for the rest of the staff.
So those people were trained already?
No, it's coming up in September.
Oh, okay, because that was my one question, how are you gonna handle training, because it says one every hour in the library, so. So you're gonna have more than 2 people, I think.
Yeah, so I think there's 3 or 4 of us signed up for the train the trainer webinar,
Ah,
and then we will then have become the trainers that were trained. But they also offered to come and train all the staff. So one way or another, between us or getting somebody to come in to it, we will get everybody trained.
Okay, so there's a plan in place.
There is a plan.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah,
So
Is
then,
there gonna be, difficult scheduling or there'll be enough training in the
I think it should be.
If we have trainers, if they become trainers, if somebody's out, they can always do it on the spot. Quick.
What I also, from what I understand, is not particularly complicated.
Cool, thank you.
okay, so then the next item is the legal memo from Attorney Ritzman regarding payment of non-resident fees, page 6.
Yeah, so every year we do that. We renew our commitment to offer non-resident cards. You could either do the tax bill method or a different method. We do the tax bill method, so that just means if somebody's out of district, but they're just out of the library district. So they don't pay library taxes, but they're in District 200, they can purchase a library card based on their tax bill. And so normally that has just been one lump payment. This new bill says for you all approving it, we can allow people to pay that in installments. Either quarterly or biannually. So, next month, it had originally been on my plan for this month, but because of the concert, I pushed it to next month. But I will have an updated library card policy with several other changes as well, with this new one included as well.
Installments.
Installments, yeah, I mean, if you've got a nice house and all of a sudden we tell you, well, based on your tax bill, you would have to pay us, $800 for a library card, and some people might balk at that, so, but then if we say. But if you can pay us $200 a quarter, then it might be more
You don't have to explain it.
palatable for some people, I don't know. I know.
Okay.
Or for maybe lower income people who can't afford the full payment. All at once, so,
Good.
but yeah, I think it's a nice, just makes it a little more easy and acceptable for those that need it.
Any further discussion on either of those two policies? I know you kind of came in at the end of the opioids discussion, but it's good. Okay, so then, item 7 is the consent agenda. I would ask the secretary to read that.
Okay. Approve the correct, excuse me, the consent agenda for August 20th. Approve the corrected closed session minutes of the May 19th, 2025 special board meeting. Approve the minutes of the July 17th, 2025 regular board meeting. Receive and file financial report for July 2025. Approve annual statement of income and disbursements for fiscal year 2025.
Wasn't it July 16th regular board meeting? Is that July 17th?
Did I say 16? Did I say
So,
16? See what I mean? It clearly says the 16th.
Yeah.
Is your faithfulness?
Okay,
Sorry.
so then, we'll do a roll call vote. So, what?
We need a second.
Oh, second, I'm sorry.
Second.
Oh, we need a motion and a second, I'm sorry.
Okay. I move that we approve the consent agenda as read by secretary.
Second.
Okay, the motion was made by trustee Lazan and seconded by trustee Pika. So then a roll call, so
Yes,
starting
we need
in
to amend
what?
Do we need to amend it? Is it July 16 or July? It's correctly written by the secretary.
Right.
Oh, incorrectly read.
Sorry.
I'll send her a memo.
Edit the secretary.
All right.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay, so trustee Lazan
Aye.
and trustee Pika.
Aye.
Trustee DeRocher.
Aye.
Trustee Warren.
Abstain.
Okay, so.
He was, or, well, wait,
Oh,
this is consent. It's okay.
So it was proving the.
Oh, that's part of it. You're absent.
Okay, so then, that's trustee Schmidt,
Aye.
trustee Stoll votes aye, and the motion carries. So then we're moving on to the regular agenda. And so the first one is we need a motion to approve payments
I
for,
move that we pay invoices in the amount of $86,205.24 for the period of July 17th, 2025 through August 20, 2025, including electronic payments and checks number 10661 through 10717. Check number 10705 is voided.
Second.
I'm sorry, who seconded? Trustee DeRocher? Okay, and so then again, a roll call vote, trustee Schmidt.
Aye.
Trustee Warren. Aye. Trustee DeRocher.
Aye.
Trustee Pika.
Aye.
Trustee Lazan.
Aye.
And trustee Stoll votes aye, motion carries, and the payments are approved. So then item B. Approved transfer of funds.
I move that we transferred $210,000 from commercial checking account to operating.
Second.
Okay, so, motion was made by trustee DeRocher and seconded by trustee Warren. And again, a roll call vote, so, trustee Warren.
Aye.
Trustee DeRocher. Aye. Trustee Lazan.
Aye.
Trustee Pika.
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt.
Aye.
And trustee Stoll votes aye, and motion carries. So now we are on to unfinished business, which is review updated personal handbook, part 2 discussion. So that starts on page 23.
24. Anyway, so, last month we reviewed sections 1 through 3. This month it is section 4. So a lot of the updates, were things that were either revised or added by HR source. So don't really have much trouble with those. We added just, let's see. In section 4.3, the attendance and punctuality, we just added a couple bullet points and a new section about accountability, since that was brought up last month. Heather was mentioning that it was maybe a little inconsistent with section. 4.12. Which is the open door communication procedure for problem solving, so we can try and make the. Steps a little more in line with each other, but I think the important part is these may be the steps that we follow, which means we have the discretion to. Tailor it to the situation, but.
And then were we, I know I suggested, were we gonna do a time period or no? What-
Right,
Right, so whether it happened like within a rolling 30 days or a calendar month or a year or 10 years.
for when the infractions happen.
Right.
So, but we can probably make that vague, that's another. I don't need to go
Another time.
be overly specific, but. So, but yeah, we're not, talking on people, but the general idea would be that. Please don't abuse the. Show up on time. In good faith. But if we don't, then we have to have discussions, so. But. Really, the biggest thing was section 4.21. Which was a new section for working remotely. So we've kind of been using this already, but it's essentially a new section. Just we kind of put in there, per 2020 when I think the state had some guidelines, but essentially if we are requiring you work from home, then we have to pay for, devices and internet equipment, services, things like that. If it is a request from the staff, then we can allow it, but then we don't necessarily have to pay for your internet if you're working at home. But, so we'll try to write that in, but then otherwise just, it's.
So do
Given
we,
the nature of working in the library, it's dependent on kind of your position and what the availability is. If you're mostly working at the desk, then no, you're not gonna be home, but if you don't cover a desk at all, then yeah, that should work, so.
so I think, did we also have a specific library policy? Was that?
That's a question I have.
Yeah, so I didn't know if this we didn't need the library policy because we have this. Or do we need both?
I don't think we'd need both. I think just in the personnel have.
And I was gonna ask, which of these do we have exactly on Heather's page? Because I missed last month. Which of these do we need an express policy, and maybe Ian would be the one, or do we need a policy for each of these chapters in the handbook? Because there are some of them we do have policies for.
We do, and
And
which is interesting, but I mean, some of them are very, they're more,
Some of them
Legal.
don't require, yes, I understand, but I'm wondering, and this is where I'm going with it, is if somehow when we have a policy, we specifically call it out in the handbook, see policy number, whatever it is. That would not, I know we put dates on it and everything, and that would be difficult. I understand that, but I'm wondering.
Well,
well, in the places in the handbook where it does mention a policy, or if it is the same as a public policy that we've had, I've tried to reference that.
Okay, that's
So
where,
in this instance, for this particular thing, I don't think we need a public policy for it. I think
Oh.
this is just a employee.
okay, that's where, that's a good point. I didn't think of it as being.
Some of the other
current
things, like-
versus Extra.
Like the anti-harassment,
Yeah,
like, that's an employee policy, but that also applies to not harassing and bullying the public as well, or having the public bully us, so that's more. That applies to be a public policy and an employee policy, whereas this doesn't apply to the public, so this is.
I was
for-
just going
for the
down the
employee.
legal route to protect us, but
Sure.
like we don't have anything.
and I guess the only other question I had is, so things aren't necessarily duplicate, or again, whether or not we've accident, put something here that's different from what our policy is. So,
So I like. No, that makes sense. If I update it in one place, update it in the other place.
Right.
Like I mentioned, which was it? What did we? The policy prohibiting harassment, discrimination, or retaliation. So that was an actual public policy that you all updated and approved in June. And so I published the updated version on the website for the public policy and then took a copy of that and inserted it into this. So that is one of those where it is a weird duplicate, but it is also relevant
Necessary.
to both instances. So
Just was curious. I'm glad I wasn't the only one worrying about the line.
Right.
Thank you.
And going back to working remotely, is there any security concern that has to be addressed as far as what you do at home, as far as guarding potential?
I don't think so. If somebody's wanting to access our network, our internal network of files, then Duncan has set up a VPN with the security passwords and whatnot. So there's that security if you're wanting to log in to do that. Otherwise, if you're just logging in to your work email or logging into Communico or doing something like that, there's just the same passwords that we'd be using here. So it's the same set of security. So
Any further questions or discussion? Then if we could move on to new business, so item A is reviewing.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did have one comment.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I just wanted to say, each section seemed to start with a positive overall statement. And I appreciated the tone of that. I thought it was setting it very positive. So, I'm just sharing that.
well, thank you. I'm not sure that we meant to
Maybe
do
it was
that.
an
but-
accident, but I liked it. That's it.
Okay, so then, moving on to new business, item A, would you include, I need a motion for item A, which is page 65. That is just a motion.
I move that we approve the library's Illinois Public Library Annual Report for 2025. Second. And I just want to say, every year I'm astounded by the amount of information you have to round up to put into this. I
So a
think-
motion was made by trustee Pika and seconded by trustee Lazan, so, discussion?
Yes, multiple people have pointed out to me, specifically when it came to updating trustee information, I made several boo-boos. So you're the treasurer, as is Heather. So she needs to be updated to president. Sandy's just other, and so needs to be updated to vice president. She also apparently is no longer on the board, or expired this year. So I made a few of those mistakes, so will fix all that. As pointed out, I just only called myself the director instead of executive director.
That was right.
I'll fix that
Looking at
as
others.
well. I will review through it all one final time to make sure, before I submit it, to make sure I haven't messed anything up.
So,
Hopefully not.
4,
Okay,
69.
so it's since we pointed out all the mistakes. Anyone else have any more discussion or, questions or, again, thank you very much for all the hard work that went into this. And
Good go.
I'm always amazed and
Thanks to
as well
staff.
as again, whoever else helped all the staff.
Thank you.
Is there a job description for other?
You have no idea.
That's what I'm worried about.
So then, I believe that needs to be a roll call vote. So trustee DeRocher. Aye. Trustee Pika,
Aye.
trustee Warren,
Aye.
trustee Schmidt,
Aye.
trustee Lazan.
Aye.
And trustee Stoll votes aye, so motion carries and the, Illinois Public Annual Report for 2025 is approved. So then item B, I need a, I guess, motion and then we'll discuss who wants to go. So that
We
is
have to have an amount in there?
84, what?
We have to have an amount?
No, but we need to discuss who, it says, 5 trustees, so some of it starts with, do we have 5 trustees that want to go? Is the way I look at it, and then we can discuss expenditure.
Well, I'm not seeing that particularly. 85. Well, I probably did it when I last year.
84.
84, 84, and the information, yeah.
Got it.
84 is the motion, 85 is the,
I move to authorize expenditures for up to 5 trustees to attend trustee day at the 2025 Illinois Library Association Annual Conference. Second.
Okay.
I'm never reading this.
motion was made by trustee Pika and seconded by trustee Lazan. So then I guess we need to do discussion first. Or,
Sure, yeah, I mean, you can just approve that and then
okay, and then
we
figure,
can figure out later if you don't all know your schedules. But like if,
Was it?
Connie and Heather went last year, Rick and Cindy went the year before. I feel like if she's available, we should at least send Erica, she's not here to
Yeah,
say yay or nay, but since she's a new trustee, it seems like that would be good to send her if she's
I think
free.
that's a good.
I'm not here to say no.
So,
We
Well-
should send her with somebody who knows the way.
I was thinking of going, it's been a few years since I've gone.
yeah, prior to the year that Rick and Cindy went, I think was 2021 and 2020, so. I don't think
Yeah,
anybody's
that was
doing anything.
before that I've gone to
It's
anybody.
been a while.
So, yeah, it's been a while, so probably do some good,
so I guess
Brush up on a
everybody
few
can think
things.
about next month and we can commit to who for sure is going. So
I
then,
would consider it.
Yeah.
I can consider it.
okay,
Sort of.
so,
Sounds like everybody's interested.
well, because I went last year, willing definitely to forego it, because as of this point, I'm supposed to be going to Door County with my family that previous weekend, so trying to then come back. And then asked to go, take another day off of work, I kind of feel is, so. I am willing to forego this year.
I cannot go, I will be out of town.
Okay.
So that's,
If there's a space, I'd enjoy it, but if I'm the first one to, like Heather, we were very fortunate to go last time. So. if there's more.
Well. Heather probably doesn't want to go because she'll be back from vacation and you can't go. That leaves 5
At
positions.
least 5.
open.
that's why I said that.
So
That's
if all the remaining 5 of you are free and wanting to go,
It's
then
on my
I think we can make it go.
calendar.
That's our.
Field trip.
You're okay about.
Okay, so then that involves money, even though we don't need to name a dollar amount at this point.
I can't go.
I'll just still do a roll call votes. So, trustee Lazan.
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt.
Aye.
Trustee DeRocher.
Aye.
Trustee Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Pika.
Ah,
So, and trustee Stoll votes aye, so it's unanimous and motion carries.
I will send out reminders to you
Okay.
closer to the registration deadline.
So then on page 88, we have the last item of new business. I need a motion.
I'll move that one.
Okay, trustee Schmidt made the motion, second.
second,
Trustee Luzon. Okay, and so then, discussion or, do we? So we don't need to release anything at this time, correct?
No, I had started to think about it and then was reading through some Sandy Whitmer's notes. And possibly changing their mind, so maybe closer to our next review in February. If our secretary wants to come and chat with me or anybody really, we can have 1 or 2 discussions about the philosophies of what to keep open or not, but otherwise, I think everything as is being closed is fine to stay.
Okay.
why did, I'm sorry, I must have missed something else. Why did we do this copy of,
That was in the consent agenda for as a corrected copy, because I had one of the times listed in the minutes wrong.
I can see it. Oh, I see, it's because it's A.
Yeah, consent agenda.
Yeah, that's why I didn't see it. It's A.
So then, roll call vote, trustee Schmidt.
Aye.
Trustee Warren.
Aye.
Trustee DeRocher.
Aye.
Trustee Pika.
Aye.
Trustee Lozan.
Aye.
Trustee Stoll votes aye, so motion carries and, there's no, we're keeping all the closed sessions meetings sealed at this time. Okay, so then on to the director's report. Anything you highlight or?
Not necessarily, other than the lovely comment that we got, which was great. So it's always nice to hear those comments and pass them on. So we're small, but like,
Nice, very nice.
but otherwise, yeah, just my top thing there was. Jack and I did a lot of, it always feels like we should be charging them. But we did a lot of work for the auditors and getting all their required documents uploaded to their secure portal, so.
Did they ask for more than they have in the past? That's a lot.
Occasionally it increases a little bit. There's the GASB, the General
Yeah,
Accounting Standards
Accounting.
Board
yeah,
is always coming up with new things, and so sometimes that tweaks a thing and means they need a little more from us. Or we need to do a whole thing. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but. They all of a sudden wanted a software list of all the software that we use to run the library, so that was new, so that was a fair amount of effort to get that going up for the first time. But this year it's easier to just kind of follow what I did last year, so it's easier to do, but yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, question about your report. Are you, do you have anything to elaborate on the meeting with the energy consultant?
Oh,
Was that the comment?
yeah, so they're wanting us to try and tweak the schedule for when it starts up in the mornings. I think the problem we're encountering, I like that idea, but the problem is we only have so much control over the software. Whereas, I'm always forgetting their name, Jackie, what's
Oh, automated logic.
Automated Logic, it's the folks who run our software. So, I think Lee was able to change the schedule for a day, but he can't change it permanently. And so that means we would need to have Automated Logic do it, which means they would charge us because they like to charge for things.
Yeah.
And so I've kind of been like, but if we really think if we, shaving off a half hour every day for a whole year might save us $1,000, and maybe it's worth paying $200 to get that changed. But like, it's just hopefully it would only take them an hour or less to make the changes that we asked. I've just been kind of balking at it. Like, I like the idea. It's just the fact that we have to pay somebody to make this change
Probably
for
two
us
key strings.
makes it less enticing. So,
Just change the time. And then,
but the energy consultant is persistent. She keeps contacting me. So hopefully eventually we'll settle on something that doesn't cost us too much, but maybe also saves us a little bit of money.
Was that the only thing?
Pretty much, she didn't have. I think a lot of when she reviewed. Like, yeah, this is all pretty standard for a public building. So she was just trying, I think, to tighten up. The schedule for, like, oh, do we need to turn it on quite that early? We have it start up a half hour later. To that, but I think maybe we still start up fairly early on a Sunday morning and we don't open till 1. So that was the one change but that's only one day a week, but that might be the biggest schedule change. So that maybe we're not using as much energy having it on as long on a Sunday morning, but.
Did they suggest cutting back during peak usage?
No. So I think for the most part, she thought we had a pretty standard, good usage and settings and whatnot. It was just trying to tighten up a wee bit. But like I said, if it was like, oh, we're gonna save $6,000 in energy costs, and like, okay, we can pay $190 an hour to have Automated Logic change our settings, but for less than 2,000, it starts to feel less worth calling somebody to make those changes. So,
Yeah.
so we'll see, but we may still do that, but that was what that was the result of that.
So, any department heads want to highlight something, or anybody have questions on the department head reports? Thank you again, department head reports. I always love reading them and all the details, so.
makes me tired.
I think Paul would say that there's a lovely concert happening.
Yeah, okay. So then we'll go
Oh,
on
who's
to.
tonight?
William.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we'll go on to the president's report, which highlights the meeting next month at Bird Budget and Appropriation Public Hearing, the regular board meeting at 7 p.m. Then we have the October 13th meeting, and Wednesday, November 19th, also includes the truth in the taxation public hearing at 7 o'clock, so no changes to the times. So then on to the treasurer's report, one of our favorite reports of the evening.
We need some interest in July. Yeah, we have a nice healthy balance, isn't that nice? So, and also we received a nice donation from the DuPage, at the DuPage Foundation. Okay, so yay.
Is that an anonymous donor or how does that? What's the source of?
I know who it is. I don't remember whether they wanted to be
I
remained.
guess I just was curious because that's a nice gift. Yeah.
Did we ever say, acknowledge the gifts or, I mean,
The DuPage Foundation does.
okay. Well, I meant like,
So-
say thank you to whoever the donor is.
I will, unless they explicitly didn't want to be contacted, I will usually send an email.
Okay, great, thank you. So then on to the secretary's report.
I have a question. Sure. About that. So if I want to submit a report, which I just haven't talked to you about this or Jason before. By what date should I submit it? I'll just be put in.
All it is we're asking you how things are going. I mean, if there's,
I don't need to do it. There's no reason to do it written down.
Unless you have something to actually. report.
Okay, Jackie and I are good at reviewing minutes with each other, and so I did that. That was my only, action outside of being a board member. So.
The standard phrase county is everything looks good.
It's great.
some of it is too, is like, that's some, once in a while where I call attention, if I miss something and like, okay, we need to correct the minutes or something, but usually, again, that very rarely join, but I ever had to make a report. So then I don't think we have any committee reports this month. So then we're on to the trustee comments. Does anybody have any comments?
I wanted to say, thank you for buying it. My grandkids loved it.
Did you request it?
I did request it, like to see, there were like no libraries, I guess, that had it. No, none in Swan at all. And I don't know if they could find it within any other library. And then they notified me that they were gonna buy it. And it was great.
How
So,
did you determine you were interested in that?
the author.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the author. I kind of like requested like all of her books. And the only person that had, the only library that had one of her books was the Theosophical Society had one. Yeah, so then now they got into really, the grandkids really loved it.
So
So
she's local.
I don't know.
She should have volunteered for us.
Yeah, haunted for it.
Everything's Halloween now.
Well, my grandkids love Halloween,
Yeah.
so.
The first week of August, I was shocked.
No,
Yes.
they gotta move it on because they've already got Christmas in.
Gotta get this stuff out.
Okay, so then, any more trustee comments? I just want to be sure everybody gets a chance to be heard. I don't want to feel like I'm rushing to get some answer. So then any other items for information and or discussion? Nope. Okay, so then we come to the favorite part of the evening.
Erica, take it away.
Yeah. Okay, so who would like to make a motion?
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Okay,
August
trustee
20th.
was made by trustee Pika, seconded by trustee Lazan. And so then I voice for all those in favor? Aye. Okay, any opposed? No. Okay, so we are adjourned then at 7:35 PM.
I will not be at next month's meeting.
Neither will I.